Are you wondering if a virtual assistant is going to help you level up, if it's actually worth it, and if it's something that you should be doing? This video is for you. What's up, guys? It's your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. Y'all, I make average $10,000 gross revenue a month working under 20 hours a week. And one of the main reasons that I can do this is because I have a virtual assistant. However, it's going to come out of your net. And so you may be scared to say, hey, I want to level up and I want to make more, but it costs me to do that. Is it worth paying someone else? So in today's video, I am going to be looking at the financials. I'm going to be looking at not my gross numbers, I'll show you those, but I am going to be looking at, is it worth paying the cost, and should you be doing it as well? If you guys are new to the channel, what we are looking at, this is every single month I do a how much money I make, where I look at my profit and loss. This is going to be it. I start with my cost of goods and I go all the way down to, after my tax savings, how much money I actually make a month. So if you want more details about what we're looking at, definitely check out How Much Money I Make playlist. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing if I didn't have the expenses of a virtual assistant, but then I had to work those hours. So my virtual assistants are averaging 30 to 40 hours a week. If I were going to be doing that, I would be averaging 50 to 60 hours a week. Right now, I'm working 20 hours a week. So first of all, I don't have the time to do that. There's no way I can make that gross money because they're spending that much time. They mainly list for me and then do some other back end, a couple things on eBay, cross-listing, updating spreadsheets and stuff like that. So that would be an additional 35 hours. So that's something to consider too. Do you have the time? I started it when I have a family of three children. I started it when I was just not seeing them. I was working all the time and I was like, even if I don't make more money, it is worth it for me to have my time back and spend the time with my children. We're also going to be looking at the financials of it. Is it financially worth it for me? Before we get into it, I will note, and I will link the video up here on my virtual assistant process, where it really goes in depth into the process, how to find a virtual assistant and all of that. But just for the sake of this video, I use virtual assistants on Upwork. I have used virtual assistants in the States, and I have used virtual assistants via Upwork in other countries. They both come out to be about the same for me cost-wise. However, Upwork is pretty easy to find. My virtual assistant that I had in the States quit, and it was hard to find someone who had the time to really dedicate to do this. I have tried some of these services that are out there. If you want more information, you can definitely DM me. I will just say that I don't use them. I've tried them and it was just more time consuming. The process that you have to do, the listings weren't as good. So I just prefer to find people and train them exactly how I want. And then I can have them do other tasks besides just listing. I do have two because I had one and she didn't have time and then I was scrambling. So I have two just in case, something happens, someone gets sick, so I have kind of a backup and they can both be working and kind of splitting the hours that I need. So let's go ahead and look at the financials. Is it actually worth it to have a virtual assistant? So what we're looking at is my August financials. My gross was $9,512. So depending on the month, summer I took off, so I was closer to $7,000 to $8,000. When I'm working my 20 hours a week and they're also working their 30 to 40 hours a week, I'm in or around, I aim for $10,000 gross. But you can see that it comes down to, after cost of goods, selling fees, shipping, we're at about a 50% margin. 50% of what I made, 50% of my gross is what's coming home to me. But then you also have expenses. And expenses for me, the majority of expenses, honestly, are virtual assistant. So if you take out my virtual assistant, so right here, this is my expenses for August, $1,320. If you take out my cost for virtual assistants, my expenses for the month are $445. Obviously, that's going to be more money in my account. I'm not spending for these virtual assistants. I'm making more money. And I know that's where a lot of people get hung up. They want to make the money and they don't want to spend the money. So let's go ahead and look and see what that's going to do. you can look at my profit before taxes. So when I have a virtual assistant, I'm now down to, and we'll do percentages as well, I'm now down to about 40% profit before taxes. So of this $9,000, almost $10,000, I am bringing home and making 40% of that. If I don't pay for a virtual assistant, yeah, I'm going to make 50% of that. The difference, I'm making almost $900 more if I don't have a virtual assistant. But the thing to remember is my time. So yes, you will definitely make more money if you don't spend it. Absolutely, I will agree with that. But your time. I don't have 35 extra hours, so my gross definitely would go down because there's no way I could be listing to the extent that I am now. But let's look at my hourly rate. If I make this much more money, I make roughly $900 more a month, but I'm working 55 to 60 hours a week. What does that do for my hourly rate? And if you come down here and you look, my hourly rate when I pay for a virtual assistant, so yes, I'm losing, $900. My hourly rate though is $63. If I do all of the work myself, my hourly rate is $21. So yes, it is absolutely worth it to be paying someone else and to level up. There's only so many hours in the day to level up, outsource things that you can be paying less for. I go really in depth in this in my course and how to look at the numbers and figure out how to make more money reselling, as well as when is the right time for you to outsource. If you like this video, YouTube thinks that you would like this video, I will link how to make money reselling videos here, and then make sure to hit subscribe to learn how to make money reselling and level up regardless of what you sell and what platforms and what categories.